Hello everybody, welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. So look, my name is Samantha. I'm going to cover with you a little bit more about eminent domain. Folks, do not turn this off. I'm literally fixing to show you how dirty elected officials really are. So let's start with Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Love it. Beautiful place to go. But you know what? They just lost all of my tourist dollars. And I encourage you, if you've got a Pigeon Forge vacation coming up, cancel it. Let me tell you why. Their mayor is so dirty. Yeah, you heard me. Their elected official. He had money ties, like money ties, and a little bit of a business arrangement with the owner of a really small campground located in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And because his family, including his brother and his daddy, had money tied up in this little bitty campground, they decided to reroute, you heard me, reroute an entire road so it didn't go through this little bitty campground because it would do this.
The route that Pigeon Forge has drew up to somewhat bypass the parkway. They had two different options in the beginning. There was the southern route right here, which is pretty straight. Seems like that would be a good route for the community.
So let's start from the beginning so that you understand what's going on. The public voted to put in a road where the locals wouldn't have to get on the turnpike, right? They didn't want to be on a lot of traffic when they just needed to run to the store down the road. Makes a lot of sense. So the public voted for a new route.
It's looks like a good flow, I think that was the intention of this, is to have good flow for the community to bypass the parkway. Right here is the church. Here's the nursing home and campground right there. This piece of parcel is our property. So as you can see, it doesn't affect the structure of the trust, right? Really want you to focus on that date, October 26th, when it was brought to them. It was approached like this. So pink route was that southern straight route. Green route is the route that kind of goes off into the community. Seems a little more disruptive to me.
Now here's where it gets sticky, folks. The mayor's office decided to do a private vote to change that publicly approved route to a different route that didn't go through Daddy's little playground.
He says right here that he had a membership purchase agreement in which he sold his interest for $0 to the current owner of the campground. A campground. He sold it for $0. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Like, I'm presenting the facts to you guys, and I guess you can take it how you want, but it points in all the correct direction, right, of what was going on here. They didn't want that road going through that campground, and they made sure of it. And unfortunately, we were the ones that had the fault to take the fall on this.
Here's the mayor, guys. Yep, that's him. The man who stole the Race family's entire fortune, if you could call it that, their nest egg, their retirement. They had purchased this property, renovated this home. It was a commercialized piece of property, commercially and residentially zoned. And they had redone this home, a home that they intended to pass down through the generations, right? Like God, our Father, says in the Bible, a righteous man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Yeah. So they were hardworking, average Americans. They were fighting it.
Where it just doesn't make sense. There's a field, you could go through a field, you would rather pay pay people to tear down their house. So you're paying more probably instead of going through the field.
Not now.
Instead of going through the field?
Yeah, because it'll ruin that camp. I mean, I'm not taking up the campground. I'm just saying it would ruin that campground.
Yeah, because once again, though, that's because the campground came up so fast, though.
Hey everybody, my name is Samantha. We're leaving in 7 days to go on our mission trip to Maui. If you'll look in comments at the very top, there's a pinned comment from me. If you would consider sending anywhere from $1 to $1,000 for the fire victims of the Lahaina fires in August of 2024, we will not only send you the newsletter that we write twice a month for free for 6 months, but we would be forever grateful. Now, folks, I want you to hear me, and I want you to hear me now. The worst thing about this is the Race family owes a mortgage on a home that is not there. Did you hear me? The county came in, bulldozed down the house, see? Bulldozed in the house, and left the mortgage deed in the Race's name. Listen to this.
Our battle carrying on
Yes.
with whatever we think that we should be getting out of it, and what is fair, what quite frankly is fair, and what the market should be in Pigeon Forge. That is when that comes into play.
Right, and I think that's what I can't wrap my mind around, is how the mortgage was not paid off. How was the mortgage not paid before they tore a house down? And I did the mortgage company, I wanted them to document this morning. I told them, put this in the notes that the house is no longer there. The house is not there.
Yeah.
And
Obey the government and obey the masters, and they can take your land and do whatever they want. And it's not right.
Now, I've reached out through a comment on their latest YouTube video saying I'd like to interview you. I'd like to bring you on our platform and give you a place to speak your truth. Folks, if you know anybody fighting eminent domain in the United States, I don't care what state it is, please contact me. I will give you the platform. I will give you the space to speak your truth. The Fifth Amendment of the Constitution says that our government cannot come in and remove our property unless it is for the benefit of the public. Okay, you're gonna put a hospital there, you're gonna put a public school there, you're gonna do something like that. It's not for a corporation, but for the public, okay? And just compensation. Let me tell you something, that amendment has been under attack in the last 70 years in America. Look at this. Basically, in 2005, the Supreme Court gutted the rights and protections for Americans against eminent domain via nonprofits, NGOs, and corporations. So what does that mean? It means you're never safe, folks. You can pay off your property, struggle, scrimp, and save, like my husband and I did, living in a FEMA camper for 5 years, to finally get something that's yours and put the deed in your name. Or you can just have a mortgage and be paying it off, and the county, or the parish in my case, in Louisiana it's a parish, can come in and take that from you. Now, people are beginning to push back. We're beginning to fight this. We're beginning to unite our voices as one. You cannot have our property so that a corporation can make billions in tax dollars. And let me tell you, there is a huge fight going on right now in Iowa. Yeah, you heard me. They are fighting. This is June of 2024. They are fighting like never before. Why? There's a corporation gonna run a pipeline through 5 states, folks, affecting 900 private land owners, farmers, forest, rivers, just regular Joes. It doesn't matter. They're gonna sequester carbon, put it in a pipeline, take it across 5 states, and deposit it in the earth. Here's the problem with that. When that sequestered carbon leaks, it poisons the water systems. They knew that in 2010. But why are they doing it, Sam? I know that's what you're going to ask, because that's what I asked. What good Why are these companies trying to sequester carbon? Like, what good is it doing them? Because they're, yeah, over $1 billion a year in tax dollars. Any company that signs on, yeah, you heard me, any company that signs on to this nonsense can turn those credits in, those carbon credits, for dollars from the federal government. Whose money is that again? Oh, wait. That's the money I had to scrimp and save to pay this year in federal taxes. That's your money. This is all a money game, folks. That is all climate change is. Let me tell you something. I have a 1/4-acre market garden that sequesters carbon, and I do it for free without taking anybody else's property, without putting it in the ground and poisoning my drinking water. I can sequester carbon. So why can't the government do it a different way? Because it's not about the sequestration of carbon. It's about the transfer of wealth. It's about walking on Americans' rights to own property. It is all backed by the WEF. Own nothing and like it. Yeah, wake up, folks. Wake up. It's happening in Maui. Yeah, I just did the video for you guys the other day. Anybody within a certain coastal zone too close to the coast can't rebuild. Their land has been taken. Thanks, Mayor Bisson. Guys, we're flying out in 7 days. We need your help. Please pray about supporting this mission trip. We have to bring the truth, folks, and sometimes that means I have to go there in person. But any money we collect from now on, we are passing that out to the fire victims in cash. No strings attached. Here's the money. We love you. We love you. Because you know what? They're dealing with what these poor people are dealing with. Yeah, that's what they're dealing with. Now, I'm going to give you one more warning by this beautiful woman, Miss Race, what she says, and listen to her closely.
Now is that we no longer own a home, but we still have the debt tied to this house. You to support us is show up at these city hall meetings with me. You do not have to say anything. Show your support. Show that this injustice, because I'm telling you, if it can be done to us, it can be done to anybody. This can happen to you. Don't think that it can't, because it can. Because we are just normal people that were thrown.
God bless you guys. Love y'all to death, but we Americans need to stand up. They are gutting our Constitution. They are taxing our land. So somebody did say this the other day, and I kind of agree with them. I mean, what's the point? I pay the mortgage off, and God forbid I'm not able to pay the taxes. You come and take it for that. Yeah, but it's not just that, folks. Any way they can take our land from us. But notice, it never affects the rich. It never affects the people in power. That mayor gave away a campground for $0 to steal from another couple. That man should be arrested. That mayor should be arrested in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. People like you and I, we're going to fight against this across the whole country. If you need a platform to speak your truth, reach out to me.